Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the NBA Picks Show on the LineStar YouTube channel. Alongside Tyler Wiemann, I'm Shannon Sommerville, and we've got your top picks for tonight's Eastern Conference Finals. Game 1, the New York Knicks are hosting the Indiana Pacers. I'm a little bit biased in this one, Tyler, not going to lie. Excited for my New York Knicks to be in this one. You know what? It's been 25 years for us, so, if you've got a Knicks fan in your life, just let him have the moment here. Let's enjoy it. I'm a little bit nervous going up against the Pacers here, looking awesome in the playoffs. So definitely have some reservations about my Knicks. Any thoughts on this matchup, Tyler?
I think it's gonna be an interesting one. I think the Pacers could keep it close, but I don't think they're gonna beat the Knicks. Not in a full series. I think there's gonna be some close games. The Pacers may scare you a little bit at times, Shannon, but all in all, I think it's your Knicks series to lose.
I mean, I love that you're saying that, but I'm also, obviously nervous. The history with the Pacers that goes back years, back into the 90s. Always makes me nervous. We had some great games. Exactly. We've got Reggie Miller on the call, which I'm thrilled about, as you can imagine.
That is hilarious. I love that they're doing that.
Here's my take. Before we get, I know we're going to get into picks. We'll also get into our ladder for today, by the way, on Underdog. If you don't have Underdog, use the promo code LineStar and get your deposit match plus 1 free month of LineStar app. Underdog is awesome for the playoffs. Excellent contest, extender bonus. We got ladders. So we'll get into that in a minute. But you brought up the Reggie Miller of it all. And you know what? I've just had enough. Like, if they're going to play like a 5-minute montage, and it's like, okay, let's focus on the players who are actually on the floor right now. I don't know. Any thoughts for you if this was your team? How would you feel?
That's spoken like a true Knicks fan.
Yeah. I mean, but to be honest, like, I feel like most people want to watch the actual players on the game and not like a guy from like 20 years ago, Just saying.
Maybe nobody ever wants to watch.
Also, furthermore, the narrative that they're trying to spin here is a little bit rewriting history, right? Like, he's had a great, 9 seconds in that one game. But for the most part, he had a losing record against the Knicks throughout his career. So just want to point that out so that when you guys watch the game tonight, you don't let those TNT broadcasters, spin the narrative at all right? Let's go into our picks for today. Do us a huge favor. Hey, like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment below. It'll enter you into our contest whereby if we go 2 for 2 on the picks that we're giving out on our extender bonus, one randomly selected commenter will win $20. So you got to be in it to win it. Unfortunately, didn't cash in last night's picks, but let's try it again here. We've got a Knicks pick and a Pacers pick here. And the first pick we're going with is Karl Anthony Towns. We're going higher on his points and rebounds total, which is 34.5 on Underdog right now. The consensus projection is with us to the higher here. Cat's averaged just over 37 points and rebounds per game in the regular season. Now, in the playoffs, not averaging close to that. He's averaging just under 20 points per game, 11 rebounds per game or so. Where I like this play, though, is that we're leaning into the rebounds side of things against a team that has struggled on the glass. Of 16 playoff teams, Indiana 14th in opponent rebounds per game, and Cat's been dominant on the boards. I expect this to be a spot that he can smash. Also, defensively, for the Pacers, they do allow a lot of points in the paint, so I think this could lend itself to a Cat game. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think this is the Cat series. I think he needs to really get busy in this series. And versus the Pacers all year, he's been doing really good. He's averaging 30 and 12 versus the Pacers this year. He's just been absolutely a menace to them. And I think it's a spot he can do it again.
All right. And on the flip side of things, we are leaning into another area where the Knicks have struggled, and that is defending the perimeter. They got better over the second half of the season, and they've been good in the playoffs. But to be honest with you, it's more the last series in particular. We saw the Boston Celtics just chucking up threes, and it was more a result of them missing shots than it was really the Knicks defending, in my opinion. But this is a spot that I think the Pacers could lean into, specifically with Myles Turner, who's a guy who can get scorching hot from the 3-point line. So I like to go higher over 1.5 threes here. And the consensus, as you can see, is like 1.9 or so. He's averaging 1.8 in the playoffs. He's been over that 1.5 mark, 4 of 10 playoff games. He played the Knicks twice in the regular season this year. He had 5 threes in one game. He had 0 in the others. He had 3-point attempts in that game. My thought, Tyler, is that they're going to want to get him working from 3-point range early in this game to try to draw out Cat and try to have him defend him on the perimeter, maybe open things up inside a little bit. Any thoughts on this Turner prop?
Yeah, I mean, Cat can be a little inconsistent on D.
Yeah.
Can be a little slow to close out the 3. And I think that if Myles Turner is effective, he needs to be starting out wide. That's how he's going to be effective in this series. And I don't mind, hitting that, especially when we got a bonus for it.
Yeah. All right. So a nice bonus for us there. Again, like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment below, and you're in it to win it. If we go 2 for 2, one randomly selected commenter will win $20. We'll announce that on the next NBA Picks playoff show. And again, if you don't have Underdog yet, download it. You use the promo code LineStar to get yourself a nice deposit match, plus 1 free month of the LineStar app if you guys are new users. All right, now it is time to ladder it up. One of our favorite games right now on Underdog is the ladders promo, where you're picking at least 3 players and just kind of taking part in their points ladders. And what we need is for all 3 players to surpass that final rung of the ladder. There are 3 rungs. We need to get them to get to that 3rd rung for a max payout. So what we're looking for here, Tyler, do you want to talk about the prototype of the kind of player we look for in ladders?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. We're trying to get the 25x,
Yeah.
DFS terms, it's essentially a takedown. So that's what we're trying. We need all the players to have, outsized production, get to that last ring. So we need big time variance. We need the player that can go off compared to his projection, and that's what we're looking for.
And the player that can certainly go off for the Pacers that I'm concerned about as a Knicks fan, Tyrese Haliburton. His ladder is 15, 19, 27. LineStar's projection for him tonight is just under 18 points. He's averaging 17.5 in the playoffs. He had 16, 35, and 0 versus the Knicks in the regular season. So a high variance kind of production during the regular season. He had 31 points against Cleveland in Game 5. So we know, obviously, that he's capable of hitting that 3rd rung of the ladder for us. And this has kind of been a spot that we've targeted during the regular season in our player props. Basically, guards who can get hot against the Knicks is an easy bet. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, that we were on White a lot last series, and it's just going back to that. All Haliburton needs to do is get hot from 3, and it's there. There's huge variance in this. 15 is not a sure thing for Haliburton. Yeah. He could easily have 10 to 12, something like that, but he can also very easily go for 30 plus. So I like the spot for it.
And next up, a guy we already talked about, but Karl Anthony Towns, his ladder 18, 23, and 32 for that max payout. LineStar's projection is 21. Cat's averaging just under 20 points per game in the playoffs, but in the regular season against the Indiana Pacers, he put up 40, 30, and 21. And of course, Indiana Pacers, as I talked about in that player prop, 26 in points allowed in the paint in the regular season, which is where Cat can thrive. What are your thoughts on Cat's ladder lines here?
I mean, I went over it on the prop section. He's averaging 30 per game versus the Pacers. I know it's the regular season, but that alone gives you that 32.25x upside. So on that standpoint, I love Cat, and I think the Knicks' path to victory is through him for this series.
And lastly, a sneaky Pacers player who could potentially have either 0 points or he could have 30. Bennedict Mathurin, ladder line 8, 11, 18, averaging 16.1 in the regular season. In the playoffs, just over 10 points per game. Against the Knicks in the regular season, he had 18, 38, and 20. He's done great versus the Knicks offensively, although he is kind of a defensive liability for the Pacers, so it's unclear how often they are going to have him out on the floor in this one. At the same time, though, I think he's going to be out there. And if he is, I'm concerned because he can make some serious shots and get very hot. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I talked to you, pre-show about this spot a little bit, and I don't mind fading his points a little bit, but then also going on the ladder play with him. For me,
Yeah.
it's just huge variance. We saw it last series with the Pacers where he could play 11 minutes, he could play 25 plus. And with that variance, it leads to a nice spot for this ladders game because we're trying to go for that big payout. I really do think that it is either 5 points for him or 18 plus.
Right.
So the chance of us having 25 plus or 18 plus, the 25x is high, but it's another one like Haliburton where he could easily be under that first rung, which we hope it doesn't happen, but that ability is totally there. I think this upside in this is just too much to not take a shot on it.
Right, yeah. We're not going for that 3x. We're swinging for the fences all the way in this one. That's kind of what you got to do with this ladders. We were fortunate enough to cash at 25x just about a week ago or so. So hopefully we can do it yet again and keep it rolling again. To find that ladders game in Underdog, you got to click on the bottom where it says originals, and then it'll take you to the ladders game. So that's been a lot of fun for us. Hopefully we can cash this entry for tonight. A little nervous. Game 1. Here we go. Didn't think we'd be here, though, so I'm happy to be still watching basketball. And I saw a funny meme on Instagram today that was basically my whole Knicks feed, or my whole feed right now is all Knicks stuff. So it was just like fellow Knicks fans commiserating that we don't have summer Knicks clothes because it's been so long since we've had games in the spring/summer. So just happy to be here. Let's have a good time. Let's win some money if we can. Let us know what you're rolling with in the comments. Again, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below, and you're in it to win it for our contest. Good luck in all of your prop betting endeavors for today. We'll see you guys next time.